Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you guys how to make pumpkin curry. Now pumpkin curry is a very unique dish because it combines all of the sweetness that the pumpkin has as well as all of the rich spicy flavors that you'll get from the curry powder, your pepper, the masala, and whatever else you add into it. Now if you guys know me, you'll know that pumpkin is my favorite Guyanese dish, and today I'm just going to make it a little different from the fried version. And this dish is very versatile. You can go ahead and add a protein if you wanted to, so you can go ahead and add some shrimp if you wanted to. That's really good. And you can also eat it with rice, you could eat it with roti, dhalpuri, dosti roti, puri. The possibilities are endless, guys. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video today. As you guys can see around me, I am not in my usual kitchen. I am actually in New York right now, so I'm in one of my grandmother's kitchens right now. And I recorded this video when I was back in Florida, but I realized I forgot to film the intro. So I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to show you guys how to make this pumpkin curry, and I hope you guys enjoy. Here are all of the ingredients that I'm going to need to make my pumpkin curry today. As usual, I'm going to have all of the ingredients as well as all of the measurements listed in the description box down below. So what I have here is my pumpkin, and I've gone ahead and I've chopped up my pumpkin and I've washed it really well. If you want to see how I open the pumpkins, how I clean them and peel them and whatnot, you can go ahead and check out my previous video where I showed you guys how to do that, and I'll have it linked right up here. So you can check that out before you finish watching this video. And then since it is curry, we're going to need our classic curry seasoning. So I have some garlic and I have some hot pepper. You could use as much or as little hot pepper as you'd like. And of course that's going to get mixed with my curry powder. I'm using some regular curry powder here. And then I have some homemade garam masala or masala. And I have some geera or ground cumin. And these are going to get mixed with the garlic and pepper to make that little slurry to go ahead and fry my curry. And also I have some sliced onion as well as some sliced scallions here. And I have some salt to taste, some water to go ahead and combine my curry mixture, but also to help me cook the curry and add to the pumpkin to let it boil. And then I have some canola oil to go ahead and fry up all of my ingredients. Alright guys, the first step when making the pumpkin curry is to go ahead and prepare our curry mixture with all of the spices and seasonings. So what I have here is my garlic, I have my hot pepper, and I'm going to go in with all of my curry powder, my ground jeera, as well as all of my masala. Now, if you wanted to, if you had a little bit of green seasoning on hand, you could go ahead and add it in there. It would give the dish a really nice flavor, but sadly I don't have any on hand at the moment, so I'm just going to go ahead with these basic seasonings. At this point, you want to go ahead and add in a little bit of water to make a nice thick paste. And this right here is your curry mixture. You don't want it to be too thin and runny. You want it to be pretty thick. So once you've gotten all these ingredients mixed through properly, we're going to go ahead and go into the pan to start frying everything together. What I've done in my curry here was I went ahead and I heated up some canola oil, and it's on a medium-high heat at the moment. And I'm going to go ahead and add in all of my onions and my scallions or green onions. Once you add those in, you want to make sure that you get that nice spatter. That's what we call chunking the pot. So you want to go ahead and stir those around, let them fry up for just a few seconds. Once our onions have gotten a nice golden brown color, it's time to go ahead and add in our curry and masala mixture. You want to make sure to get that nice sizzle as usual, so this way all of those flavors can start to develop in the curry. At this point, you're just going to give it a stir. And you're going to let this fry up for about 5 minutes. That's usually my rule of thumb for curry. And basically after that 5 minutes, you're going to notice that the curry starts to stick a little at the bottom. And all of that oil is going to separate again from the curry. So I'm going to go ahead and cook this on a medium-high heat. And I'll come back and show you guys when the curry mixture is done cooking. Once you've added in your masala mixture and you started to let it fry with the onions and in that oil, you're going to go in with some salt. The reason why we add salt now is so this way we can start developing the flavor of this curry. So you just want to add in a little bit of salt. And my rule of thumb when making any type of curry is to let this mixture cook for a good 5 minutes and let it fry really nicely in that oil. You really want the raw curry flavor to cook out. The last thing you want is to be eating your curry and it tastes very raw and very gritty from that curry. So I'm going to let this cook out, and I'm going to come back and show you guys what it looks like. So this is what my curry mixture looks like after about 5 minutes of cooking on a medium-high heat. You're going to see that it starts to catch or stick a little bit at the bottom, and all of that oil that we had added in the beginning, it starts to release back from that spice mixture. So that's always my rule of thumb when making curry. Once you see these little indicators, it's time to go ahead and add in the meat or whatever vegetable you're going to curry. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add in all of my pumpkin. And remember I said this pumpkin was cut and then it was washed really well. And once you add in your pumpkin, you're going to give it a stir. And you're actually going to let this mixture fry up for about 10 to 15 minutes or just until the pumpkin starts to release some of its water and it starts to dry up a bit. All of my pumpkin has been frying up in that masala mixture for about 10 minutes now. And the reason for doing that is so that the pumpkins can start to soak up some of that curry and masala flavor. So at this point, I can see that the pumpkin started to dry up a little bit. And you're also going to notice that it might start to stick a little at the bottom. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in about 1.5 cups of water. You don't want to add in too much because depending on the type of pumpkin that you use, they might release a little more water than some other types of pumpkin. So you really want to gauge that water depending on the type of pumpkin that you use. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a stir. I'm going to raise my heat to a medium-high once again. And I'm going to go ahead and cover this mixture and let it cook for about 25 to 30 minutes or just until the pumpkin starts to get very nice and tender. And then I'm going to come back and show you guys what it looks like. My pumpkin has been simmering for about 30 minutes now, and as you guys can see, it's melted away really nicely. At this point, I went ahead and I added in the rest of my scallions, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let it cook for about another 5 to 10 minutes, or just to let those flavors marry a bit. I'm going to taste it for salt, and then we can go ahead and take it off of the heat. This is what my pumpkin looks like after another 10 minutes of cooking, and at this point, it's done. I'm going to go ahead and taste it for salt, and then it's ready to serve. Alright guys, here is the finished product, my delicious pumpkin curry. All I can think about right now is dipping a nice hot piece of oil roti into that pumpkin curry. It looks so good, guys. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, and leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys would like me to make next. I'll see you guys again very soon with another one of my awesome recipes. Until next time, guys.